anymore, folks. I'm just out here doing my job, trying to support my family the best way I can. And that's all I'm doing. Some people just don't seem to understand that, you know. Just trying to support my family. There's a bridge that's coming up here. You're gonna like this bridge. Also, you might want to check out MJ22, John's YouTube channel. He is my brother in the heart. He lives in Cagayan de Oro City, Philippines, and has been putting out the drone videos lately. Is a good channel out there to follow. Can't think of anyone else at the moment. Indiana Jack was a very good channel to follow, but he's traded his over-the-road job for an office job, so I think to be honest with you, there's a lot of good channels out there, but they swear a lot. I just can't handle it. Look, I'm not saying that in a religious way, but I think it's all about civility. I think just call me old school or whatever, conservative, but I just can't have a conversation or listen to someone that swears a lot. There are truck driver YouTubers out there that have beautiful editing skills, but they really just swear a lot. I don't know. I don't know why they do that. They want to. Maybe their views goes up in their mind because they swear, or that's just the way they talk. I don't know. But it is what it is. hoping that I can see Mirko soon. We did a video together, cooking some steaks at the backyard, in the backyard, with the pit boss. I'm sure somebody will paste a link of his YouTube channel. Oh, Shemini Crickets. I just almost forgot. My boss has requested that I advertise. He is currently looking for truck drivers out there that are wanting to come and work for ADL. ADL is somewhat of a kind of a weird, funny, I don't know. I've never encountered a pay scale like ADL before, but this is the way it works with ADL. You get a minimum of, is it $1,300 a week? Let's just say you did everything the boss has asked you to do. You did not refuse the load. You did not request a time off. And somehow your pay for the week was only $900. He will pay an upcharge of $400 to complete your $1,300 or $1,400. So as long as you do what you're asked, your gross pay will be $1,300 or $1,400 a week. No deductions. ADL is doing a 1099 here. We are responsible for paying for our own taxes. So you'll have to pay your own quarterly tax every quarter. But rarely that, well, there are times that you'll only get, $1,300 or $1,400 of that week. But most of the time, I have seen my paycheck go as high as $1,900, because that week the load was very good. The pay was good, so now, be honest with you, it's not always gravy over here every week. There are weeks sometimes where you just get your minimum pay. Everything here is very, very low key. Most of our loads come from our text messages. We do have ELDs, which we only use. We have satellites, but my boss never used them for messaging. He only uses that for the ELD and tracking his truck and trailer. I think for the most part, I think he uses the satellite part on the truck and trailer for maintenance purposes. Like, let's just say the truck gives you out a code. Once the truck has once that truck has a fault code, the truck will connect to the Qualcomm. The Qualcomm will email the boss the fault codes, and he can monitor it on his office. He can even clear the code if he needs to. He also, I think all our trailers now are satellite operated, monitored, where he can turn on and off the reefer. He can change the temperature. He can change it from continuous to stop and run. Yeah, that's it. It's really nice. Sometimes I'll be driving down the road and I forget to turn my reefer on, and I'm pressed for time. So I'll call him up and say, "Hey boss, I forgot to turn the reefer on or off, or set it at -10. Yeah, he'll do it right from his cell phone. Imagine that. It's a one-man show here. There's no safety department, no payroll department, no. There's not like the big companies. They have different, 10, 15 different departments that want to get a hold of you and, get a piece of you and blah, blah, blah. Over here is just a one-man show. You don't get lost in the shuffle here. We are currently, I think, somewhere around 10 trucks now. And I think his goal is to have brand new Volvo VNL 860. I think we have 4 at the moment, and then a couple of Kenworth T680s, a couple of Freightliners. So if you want a company that's really just family-owned, small company, check out ADL Transport. As I said many times, every company has its own quirks. ADL is not the exception of that rule. But the quirks here I can handle. I can put up with it, I'd rather put up with the little tiny inchy-winchy problem here than I do with big companies. I know how big companies operate, man. I used to work for JB Hunt. I used to work for WEL. I used to work for a trucking company called All American Transport out of Francis Creek, Wisconsin. I used to work for Nordic Express out of Manitowoc. I started trucking with CRST back in 1991. They were the first company that I trained and worked for. Then I used to work for a place in Texas, Womco, WOMCO. It was a flatbed division. We were leased to Landstar Ligon. Oh, what's the name of that town in Texas where they were? Sheesh, that was a long time ago. Come to a complete stop. That way nobody will get a heart attack. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Sometimes I just can't resist. Ben Wheeler, Texas. There you go. Ben Wheeler, Texas. Then I had an opportunity to work for a very small company. I think they had like 5-8 trucks, I think it was. And it was run by oh boy, it was I think his name was Don. Can't remember his last name, but used to be a banker. Started his own trucking company. It turns out he was snorking powder. And it was a kind of a fly-by-night company. Yeah, that didn't last long. Oh man, that was fun. Yeah, he taught me how to run multiple logbooks. Oh boy, that was the days. Imagine that, an owner of the company teaching you how to do it, right? I think the company's name was Shell Bell. Shell Bell Trucking. One of the sad part about that guy was from what I heard, he used to beat up his wife. But that probably was about 1993, 94. Somebody asked recently, what is the current odometer and mileage on your Grace? And it is right now 139,579.6, and we have been averaging at 7.3 miles per gallon. And I haven't reset that for I don't know, 8 months now. So that's with loaded and empty, 7.3. If you remember, we are no longer allowed to film inside Pilgrim's Pride Chicken. Somebody ratted us out just for no particular reason. I heard something on the news today, or was it a YouTube video or something, that made me really kind of chuckle a little bit. And the statement was, some people can't be happy until they're mad. Yeah. I guess I don't know anything about alcoholics, but from what I understand, alcoholics, they drink just a little bit just to keep the certain level to be normal, not to get drunk, but just a certain degree. And maybe that's how trolls are work or something. I don't know. But yeah. Well, since I don't know anything about that subject, let's change the subject. So we'll have to turn off the camera outside of the gate. Very nice for you to back up like that. Thank you. Alright, gotta go. Catch you guys later. Peace.